tonight, report on when Moses Lake begins the Winco appeal hearing, and a driver allegedly flees police after forcing cars off the road. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Well, despite the grumblings of Old Man Winter, all basin basketball games and wrestling matches are still on tap for tonight. Let's take a quick peek at our Weather Center forecast and see what's in store for us.
Hi everyone, we have another storm system hitting our way for tonight. I'll let you know in just a moment what we can expect from this storm system, and also I'll have your extended weather forecast just ahead.
I'm Amber Jenks, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
A caretaker is accused of locking a couple in their 60s outside of their house and barricading herself inside. Prosecutors charged Nina Oliver, a 49-year-old Moses Lake woman in Grant County Superior Court, with assault in the 3rd degree, 2 counts of criminal mistreatment, and obstructing a law enforcement officer. Moses Lake police were called to the North Vista Drive residence on December 23rd because Oliver allegedly locked a 66-year-old man suffering with Parkinson's disease and his 67-year-old wife suffering with multiple sclerosis outside of their home. The couple allegedly let Oliver stay in the home as she took care of them. The residents reportedly argued with a defendant earlier in the day and they left. When they returned, they claimed they found the door blocked by an oven. The defendant allegedly told police they always place the oven in front of the door. Snowy and icy roads have kept Grant County law enforcement busy so far in 2016, with more winter weather on the way. Reporter Joe Utter has the details.
Police are urging drivers to slow down during icy conditions, as Grant County law enforcement has responded to more than 30 collisions or crashes already this year. According to Washington State Patrol Trooper Darren Wright, the State Patrol has responded to reports of 21 collisions from January 1st up to Tuesday morning in Grant County, compared to just 7 in the same time frame last year. The Grant County Sheriff's Office reports at least 7 collisions or crashes. At least 5 where snow was a factor were reported by Moses Lake Police. The reports include multiple vehicles off the road due to people driving too fast for the icy conditions. Trooper Wright said most of the reported collisions were very preventable if drivers would just slow down. In central Washington alone, the State Patrol has responded to more than 200 collisions in 2016. Driving conditions on most of the main roads in Grant County have improved, but the National Weather Service in Spokane predicts freezing rain for Tuesday night and Wednesday morning, as well as a chance of snow. The State Patrol is urging drivers to slow down during icy conditions. People traveling across the state can get traffic alerts and road condition reports on the Washington Department of Transportation website at wsdot.wa.gov. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
A hearing starts Wednesday to determine if a study needed before a Winco Foods is built in Moses Lake. The hearing is scheduled for 2 days starting at 6:30 p.m. on each evening. The hearing is open to the public, but the public won't be able to comment. City officials explain the hearing is similar to a court hearing and is limited to testimony from experts and the statements from the attorneys representing the groups involved. A group called A Stronger Moses Lake is appealing city officials' determination that Winco doesn't need to complete any further study of the property. The issues the group can appeal include whether the city considered animals, whether more people will use Stratford Road because of the grocery store, if the area included in the traffic study was too small, and if the city considered the impact of the store to the fire and police departments. The group is not allowed to address any other issues, including whether the city notified the public and met other procedural requirements of the State Environmental Policy Act. A man was struck by an SUV near Safeway in Moses Lake. A 30-year-old Moses Lake man was reportedly walking on the sidewalk on South Pioneer Way on Thursday morning and was struck by a 2003 Toyota 4Runner turning into the Safeway parking lot. According to Moses Lake Police on Monday, the man had minor injuries and reportedly refused to be taken to the hospital by an ambulance. He was later taken to Samaritan Hospital in a private vehicle. The driver of the SUV, a 62-year-old Moses Lake man, reportedly told police he never saw the man because the pedestrian was wearing dark clothing. According to Captain Dave Sands, no tickets are expected for the driver. Now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be right back after this.
When the cold rolls in, it's time to turn on the heater and cozy up with a book. But turning up the heat can mean higher electric bills. And for some families in tough times, that could mean choosing between a warm meal or a warm house. For decades, people like you have extended a hand to help local families in need pay those winter electric bills. Share the warmth this winter to help keep your neighbor warm by giving a little when you pay your Grant PUD bill.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Cristina Sanchez with your local weather segment brought to you by Berry Motors, one great place to buy and service a car. Those roads are going to remain very slick for tonight into this Wednesday morning, as we do have another system moving into the area tonight, bringing a wintry mix across the region within our Columbia Basin. We're going to have another round of freezing rain for tonight into the early morning hours of Wednesday, and we're also going to see some freezing fog. Visibility is going to be very limited. This morning, low temperatures for us here in Ephrata right around the mid-20s. Average low is 21. High temperature today in low 30s. And for you in Moses Lake, your low temperature today right around the low 20s. Your average low is 22 and highs right around the low 30s, slightly below that average high temperature for this time of year. Currently, we have some precipitation across the area, freezing rain, wintry mix across the region, especially for the overnight hours, as those temperatures are going to be dropping. And in the morning hours, you may see some ice on the road, so definitely be careful if you have to drive in the morning. Winds coming in from the north, very light winds for tonight and into this Wednesday afternoon. Here you can see some more snowfall moving into Arizona, the Central Rockies, another system bringing heavy rainfall and heavy snowfall for California. And higher elevations, they do expect to have between 1 to 2 feet of snow. And in Texas, rain is moving along and plenty of moisture moving in from the Gulf of Mexico is going to fuel this system, bringing more showers and thunderstorms for Dallas and eastern portions of Texas. Same system moving into the lower Mississippi Valley as we head into Thursday morning. Thursday afternoon, they're going to have another round of rain. For us, mostly cloudy skies for tonight. We are going to see that wintry mix of freezing rain once again for us here within our Columbia Basin as we head into this Wednesday afternoon. We're going to have mostly cloudy skies, snow showers just to our south, especially for Oregon, then improving conditions, and those temperatures are going to be dropping as we head into the weekend. Right now, we still are under an air stagnation advisory because of the limited wind flow that we have. Very light winds for tonight and into this Wednesday. High temperatures for Seattle for Wednesday afternoon in the mid-40s, improving conditions in the Yakima. High temperatures in the upper 30s, still very cold. And for the inland northwest, high temperatures are going to be running right around the mid-30s. Within our Columbia Basin, we're going to have those temperatures right around the mid-30s. We're still going to have that fog for tonight and into the morning hours, and throughout the day we're going to have improving conditions as we head into Wednesday night. Here you can see in our extended forecast, we're looking at high temperatures right around the mid-30s, close to the average high temperatures for this time of year. Lows in the upper 20s. Then once again, we'll have another round of snow, especially on Tuesday, with highs in the low 30s. Low temperatures, though, in the upper teens.
To save some energy, I've used Einstein's mass energy equivalence to design the haptic suits you see in front of you. They will maintain our core body temperature while we completely turn off our heat and air conditioning. With the money we save on our Grant PD bill, I'll be expecting that trip to Disneyland this year.
You don't need to be a super genius to save energy and money. Visit grantpud.org to learn how.
The new flamethrower cheeseburger now with a $5 lunch. I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Gary, do you remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
Comes with a Sunday now. I can handle it.
You know your body, Gary.
Go flamethrower. Now the DQ $5 lunch comes with the new jalapeno bacon flamethrower cheeseburger, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. This is fan food, not fast food.
The UW women opened Pac-12 conference play with an 88-83 loss at Utah. The Huskies got off to a slow start, sinking just 4 of 17 shots in the first quarter. The Dogs trailed 18-11 to start the second, but caught fire to tie it 32-all at the break. The third quarter was back and forth, with the teams posting 29 points apiece on the board. The UW's Kelsey Plum hit for 11 of her game-high 35 points to pace the Huskies. Washington led by 2 points with 2 minutes and 33 seconds to go, but the Utes sank 9 of 10 attempts from the charity stripe down the stretch to win it. There is a full slate of Basin basketball and wrestling matches scheduled for this evening, weather pending, so be sure and double-check school websites before heading out. In Big 9 action, it's Moses Lake basketball hosting Post Falls. The Chiefs wrestle at West Valley. CUAC competition has Afraid of basketball hosting Othello, and Quincy Roundballers heading to Wapato. And in Central Washington 2B play, it's Wharton hosting Soap Lake on the hardwood. Gonzaga's Georgia Sturton has been named West Coast Conference Women's Player of the Week. The 5'8" senior guard led the Zags to a couple of home wins over San Francisco and Santa Clara. She totaled 25 points, sinking 64% of her shots from the field. Sturton added 7 boards, 5 assists, and was 3 for 4 from three-point range. She averages 12 points per game. Gonzaga is back in action Saturday at Portland. Well, odds makers at VegasInsider.com have the Seahawks as 6.5-point favorites over the Vikings in Sunday's wild card game in Minnesota. Seattle is one of 3 road teams favored to win on opening weekend of the NFL playoffs. It marks the 3rd time the Hawks are odds-on favorite in a road playoff game. Seattle was favored by 2.5 points over Houston in 1987 and beat the Oilers 23-20 in overtime. The Hawks were a 3.5-point favorite over Washington in 2012 and beat the Redskins 24-14. Seattle is 2-9 all-time in road playoff games. The Hawks are 1-2 under Coach Carroll. Seattle will get a huge lift if Beast Mode is able to play. He's missed half of the season with various injuries. Lynch hasn't played since November the 15th, but is expected to be available Sunday at Minnesota. We'll be back after this commercial break.
You don't have to drive to Seattle for exceptional cancer care. Confluence Health's cancer program delivers world-class care close to home. We have a highly experienced oncology team in a state-of-the-art facility, and we're a member of the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance, which gives our patients access to world-renowned therapies developed at Fred Hutchinson, the University of Washington Medicine, and Seattle Children's. Together with the SCCA, we're delivering world-class cancer care close to home.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Our spotlight story tonight is about the auditions for the children's play, Sleeping Beauty, which debuts on Saturday in Moses Lake. Reporter Devin Higgins has the story.
At Big Bend Community College's Wallenstein Theater, a group of Grand County youngsters are hard at work putting together a new play under a unique set of conditions. Auditions took place Monday afternoon. The 60-member cast was assembled and began rehearsals Monday night, and they have just 5 days to learn lines, songs, and dance routines before they put on 2 performances on Saturday. Sleeping Beauty is a production put on by the Missoula Children's Theater in partnership with Columbia Basin Allied Arts. Theater members Alyssa Cooper and Chance Carter have been on tour since June, stopping in cities across the Pacific Northwest, and talked about the challenge of putting such a show together in a short amount of time.
So putting this together in less than a week's time it's a crazy, wild experience that we get the pleasure of doing every week. It tastes like a lot of caffeine and tastes like a lot of energy drinks.
A lot of energy. Yes, because I guess, because the kids come in with like this much energy, and then you come in with just as much, if not more energy.
And just and you just got to keep on moving. It's nonstop. It's constant movement. I mean, these kids are up on their feet. They've been in school for 8 hours already, and then now we're asking them for another 4 hours of high energy, nonstop. They're up running around the stage, learning lines, learning movement, and so it's a lot of hard work is what the crazy part is by the end of Wednesday's first rehearsal, this entire 60 kid cast is going to know a full hour-and-a-half long musical.
50 pages.
50 pages worth of material, and they're going to have it learned by Wednesday afternoon.
Yep.
And then they piece it all together.
In theater, chemistry among actors and directors is essential, and Alyssa and Chance say their familiarity with the production helps them both in assembling the cast and putting on the best possible performance.
For us, we, knowing the show and teaching it to them, it's all about the technique of how you teach, and I think Missoula has trained us very well to know how to teach it within a week.
Yeah, and for us as actors and directors and performers as well, for us to be able to be settled in and be really comfortable in the show, since we've been doing it for so long, really in turn helps the kids then, because they're able to know that answer to whatever that missed line is or whatever that is, or that wrong step. we know what it is. We know, and then teaching it so long, as far as instructors go, you learn the most effective way to teach something. You learn what a group of kids is gonna pick up quick and what they're not gonna pick up quick, and not to say that every week is the same, but you learn those parts of the show that are more difficult or not.
Tickets for Sleeping Beauty are on sale now at ColumbiaBasinAlliedArts.org. In Moses Lake, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
We'll be right back after this.
We are real students, and this really is our college.
My dream will change the outcome of my life.
My college is allowing me to achieve my dream.
My dream is to be a pilot.
My dream is to be a nurse.
Only you can determine your dream. Big Bend will help you get there.
What's your dream?
Experience speed like never before when you connect to Grant PUD's high-speed network. Visit grantpud.org to learn more.
Welcome back. A driver allegedly fled the Moses Lake police after forcing vehicles off the road on Sunday night. A witness called police about a man reportedly swerving, sliding, and doing donuts in the snow while driving a Dodge Ram pickup at the intersection of South Division Street and East Nelson Road. According to Moses Lake police, when the officers tried to stop the pickup, the driver allegedly fled and stopped at West 6th Avenue when he saw a police car at the intersection. Police found a wheel damaged on the pickup, which was a loaner vehicle from a Moses Lake car dealership. No other vehicles were damaged. Police claim to have identified the suspect as Vilman Varisco, a 27-year-old man. A report was sent to the prosecutor's office seeking charges of eluding a pursuing police vehicle and reckless driving. In August of 2015, Varisco was charged with assault and harassment for allegedly threatening to hit a FedEx driver with a claw hammer. His trial in Grant County Superior Court is scheduled for February. Wilson Creek students can participate in a poster contest to promote safety when using the internet. The district is joining schools nationwide and the Multi-State Information Sharing and Analysis Center in the Kids Safe Online Poster Contest. Students can make a poster on an 8.5 inch by 11 inch piece of paper or an 11 inch by 14 inch size piece. The poster is to promote the safe use of the internet and mobile devices. All entries will be judged based on the message and theme displayed by the text, artwork, creativity, originality, artistic quality, and visual clarity. Winners from each grade group will receive a framed certificate of accomplishment and a prize. Their submission will also be used in a calendar which will be distributed across the country as part of a campaign to promote online safety. The deadline to submit entries is January 29th. In Northwest News, a little boy along the coast of the Pacific Ocean found a message in a bottle that was sent adrift 28 years ago. But as Rena Nanako reports, it's not easy to track down the person who wrote it.
On New Year's Eve along the beautiful Mendocino coastline, little Ryder Goggin was celebrating his 5th birthday.
We were walking around under the bridge, and that's when Ryder decided to cross over the creek.
He usually finds crab and small shrimp, but that day, Ryder found something he'd never seen before.
Message in a bottle. I definitely thought of pirates, and I thought maybe it was a treasure map.
His mother, Heather Baird, says there were bugs stuck on the lid of the bottle, but managed to twist it open. To their surprise, inside was a letter.
It says, "Hi, my name is Chris. I'm 10 years old and in the 5th grade. I live in Sacramento. Call me when you find this to let me know where it washed ashore. September 5th, 1988. I gave the number a call, and of course it was disconnected.
We called the number as well, 916-383-5290. Of course, that would have been way too easy. So we went to the Sacramento Public Library. The staff opened a special room with public records archives. There was nothing for 1988, but in 1981...
Cliff Farnsworth.
Clue number 1. It's a long shot, but back at the station we searched and searched, then called and called. We even started calling any 36 to 39-year-old Chris's, Christophers, Christinas, Christines, still nothing. Then another clue. Baird told us her aunt at the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. found out the number belonged to another person in 1988. He had passed away. We reached out to his family, but came up short.
Well, I think it would be great to find Chris and to find out, where he put the bottle in the water.
A romantic story of a Sacramento child and his curiosity, now in the hands of a boy at Jug Handle Reserve in Mendocino County.
I hope we find out some really good things about where his life went.
Until then, this 28-year-old story in the making will have to be continued.
That's going to do it for us here at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.